Hello and welcome to my channel, On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And today, let's find out what's on the hook. Well, it's Happy Friday. I hope you're having a good week. We are in basically total lockdown now, so our governor and our mayor have both told us that we have to stay home. So I'm excited about some things coming in the mail, not the mail necessarily, but by UPS or FedEx, and just a couple of things. But I met Joe this morning to give back the bags that I talked about in yesterday's video. And we had a long, nice conversation, keeping our social distance. And we talked about lots of things. And I have a special project that I want Joe to do for me. And I talked to her about it today. So we'll be showing that to you here in a little while, not right away, but there'll be some things coming up that we want to show. So today I will be talking about several different subjects, and we'll have the giveaway at the end of the video. But I just wanted you to know that I have several things to talk about, so if you would grab your crochet project or relax, and let's talk just a little bit about several different subjects. And the first subject I want to talk about, just go ahead and get it out of the way, is the what I'm wearing segment. And this is what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the Fall into Autumn sweater, and I'll stand up and model this for you. This is a simple sweater. It is a short sleeve sweater. I made this a little bit long. It's down below the elbow. I think I've shown this to you before, but I wanted to show it to you in the context of mandala. You know, I've been making a mandala sweater now. It's on the hook and it's being worked on a little each day. I work on everything a little bit each day now, so I'm trying to stay focused on working through my projects. And I'm not a monogamous crocheter at all. I like to have lots of projects on the hook because I don't want to get bored. So this particular project was made with a mandala tweed. The color was Lucky Penny. I made it with a J hook. And this is the pattern. It's out on Etsy. You can follow it along. I edged this with a beautiful wool purple, dark purple yarn that I had in my stash. I also did the bands on the sleeves and the band at the bottom of the sweater as well, because I picked up the colors in the Lucky Penny, and there were some beautiful purple colors in here. So I went ahead and used that for my trim. You can use any color you want, but I love the mandala tweed. I didn't like it at first, but I like the way the colors blended together. They're so beautiful, and they're just very gradually blending into each other. And since I made it from the bottom, it started with almost a green tweed, and then it moves up into beautiful yellow and then purple. And if you use this particular color, I'm sure the other colors are just as beautiful. I've had people write to me and say they really like the mandala tweed, and I do too. It's a number 4 yarn, and it's very easy to work with. Like I said, I used a J hook for this. It went really quickly. It was easy to make, and the sleeves are crocheted right into the fabric like I've done several of my patterns. So they're very easy to make. And also, when you're using a color changing yarn, you will see that when you crochet the sleeves into the fabric, the yarn continues on. You don't have that break right here. So if you're using a self-striping yarn or a graduated tweed yarn like this, it's very beautiful the way it turned out. But since I did a little bit of color correcting on this, but not very much. You don't even have to do that. It makes the sweater more interesting if it's different colors, but I wanted to do that. So I did a little bit of that here, but not much. So the mandala tweed was one that made this very easy to make. You can find this pattern out on my Etsy shop if you're interested in making it. Now, what Crystal has on this morning is a beautiful lavender and lace top. And a lot of you have made this. And I made this out of cotton fair in a lavender color. And as you can see through it. So when Jeannie wears it, she has to wear a tank top under it. But when Crystal's wearing it, she can just wear it as it is. But this is a pretty pattern as well. It has some lace work at the top here. I don't know if you can see that. There's several rows of lace here on the front and also all the way on the back, and of course around the neck. But in the back there is some lace work at the top, so it gives it a little bit of interest up here. And I think if I made this again, I would make it with a smaller hook. I would probably still make it with the cotton fair, but I would use a smaller hook so that the stitches would be a little closer together and I could just throw it on like I've been talking about, making another sweater out of cotton fair and using a smaller hook so that the stitches aren't so far apart. This also has some lace work around the sleeves to match, and there's no lace work at the bottom. I kept all the lace work at the top on this particular pattern. So that's what Crystal has on today, and she's styling the summertime outside. It's beautiful. It's 70 degrees. The sun is shining and all is well, even though we have to stay home. Thank you, Crystal. All right, the next thing I would like to, and this is the pattern out on the Etsy shop. You can get it out there as well. This is a project that I'm working on now along with Nan's Next Knots, or Nancy at Nan's Next Knots. She is doing a Luck of the Draw cowl. It's very, very simple. This is the kind of crochet along that I can do, and it doesn't take a ton of time for me because I'm actually making a scarf. She's making a blanket. Big difference, but I'm making a scarf and I'm following along and I'm joining the community. So I just wanted to show you what I've done so far. On Thursdays, she picks one color out of 8 that you select out of your stash. So let me just show you what I've got here. I showed this last week, but I made a little string of each color that I had selected out of my stash that I want to use for this project. And it's called the Luck of the Draw. And my main color is right here because I ran out of room at the top. Really, you should put your main color here and then 8 colors that you want to work through your stash with. And if you're making a blanket, you could probably use up some of these colors. I will not use them up. I'm not using enough of them, but it was kind of fun to go through my stash and pick out some colors that I might like to use. So here are the colors that I chose. Now, she already selected number 1 the first week. That's what came out of the hat, and she's just picking out of a hat. And then this week she picked one yesterday, and I'm not going to tell you the number. You should go and watch the video, and she explains a little bit more about the project. But this is the scarf that I have so far, and my main color is here. Let me get those out of the way. My main color is here, and that is this color that I'm using. It's just a hand-dyed DK yarn that I'm using for my main color. So every other strip that she picks is she'll pick a number here and a number here, and every other strip is done with your main color. So this is the color that I selected for that. The first week she selected number 1, which on my chart was this color, and so I'm doing a stripe in that color. And this is a sideways scarf. It's not very wide. This is the width of the scarf right here, and I'm going to build it this way. So this week's is right here, and then I added the main color on the next strip. So you do a strip of main, a strip of the color that she selects, a strip of main, a strip of color she selects, and a strip of main. And that's where we are right now. It's not a beautiful scarf. I may have to call this my ugly scarf because the colors are not that gorgeous. This is the color of the color she picked this week. So she selected a number. I looked on my chart and this is what came up. And that's the strip right here. So I do a double row, a mesh row, and a double crochet row. And it's very, very simple. It took me 20 minutes to do these 2 rows, and I'm all set for next Thursday. That's the kind of crochet along that I like. It works out great. So that is what I'm doing with Nan's Next Knots. And this is my bag that, of course, Joe made me. It's all see-through vinyl and done in beautiful colors. And all the colors that I've selected for my crochet along project are in the bag, so you can see them in there. And when I use up one of the colors, like this one this week, I will put it back in my stash. So then I can keep track of what's left. And so that's kind of fun. I'm having fun with this project, and you might join along. I'll put a link to her video down in the description box, and you can watch her video where she explains how to do this crochet along. It's very, very simple. If you were watching my video the other day, you will know that I was making a sweater out of the Sunshine Day Cotton Fair yarn. I love this yarn, very, very soft. And as you'll notice, it looks like somebody's frogged out. I frogged that whole thing out that I had done, probably about 8 rows on it. And I put a picture of it on Instagram. And I'm keeping my chain. I'm going to use this chain and start over using a smaller hook, making the stitches closer together. So I have enough yarn to do an essential sweater. I have enough to do a busy bee top. I have enough to do a busy bee top and a tank top. I might do both. I have 6 balls of this. Each ball is 317 yards. So I have, nearly 2,000 yards of this cotton fair. I bought more balls of this yarn because I thought I wouldn't be able to get it this season. So I have 6 balls of this yarn and I will make good use of it. I just really love it. And I wanted it to be in a sweater that I could just throw over and not have to wear anything under it. I'm not wearing a tank top under this fall into autumn sweater, and it works out great. It's mandala tweed made in a J. So just so you know that, and double crochet too, because it's a fatter thread. This is a number 2 and this is a number 4. So I have that in my bag that I bought long ago from another girl who doesn't have an Etsy shop anymore. She's decided not to pursue that, but she made a beautiful bag for me, and actually it was a custom bag that she made. I really like it. I like Joe's bags a little bit better, but that is a really nice bag and I do use it sometimes. An acquisition that I've made is, and that it came in yesterday from Knit Crate, I've ordered the other 3rd color of the Audine wools, and I love this yarn. If I didn't like it, I would not order it. So I'm ordering it so that I can have something made out of all 3 colors. The first color was Flirt. That's the color of the Summer Essentials sweater that I showed you yesterday that rolled the pattern out. And then I'm making also the blue color that is sponsored by Glenda at Creative Grandma. Thank you, Glenda. That is another sweater that I'm making. It's going to be a long sleeve sweater. And then I bought 3 hanks of the color Sprout. And let me show you that. This is the Audine wools, just like the other Audine wools. And this is the color Sprout. It's a cream colored yarn with spots of brown and green. And I didn't like this at first, but I do love it. It's, of course, it's just as soft as the other. I caked up 2 hanks of it yesterday. I want to show you that, how it turned out. Isn't that beautiful? It's even more colorful than the other 2 colors because it's got different colors in it. It has green and brown colors in it on a cream base. Very, very beautiful. I love this yarn. So I'll be making, what I think I'm going to be making in this is another Summer's Essential sweater. I'll probably be making that. So I wanted to show you that. That's my acquisition. I'm expecting a couple others to come in, so I'm excited about those. Maybe they'll be in next week. Now on to the giveaway. Yesterday, as you remember, I gave away the Betty Boop bag. We selected a name from the random comment picker, and her name was Joan. She's from Canada, and so Joan, I'll be getting this to you very soon. It's so beautiful. I love that Betty Boop bag, and I would have kept it for myself, but I can't do that. I have to give it away. That was sponsored by Jo of Jo Totes, and I'll put her information down in the description box, and if you're interested, you can email her and order a bag from Jo. Now, for the giveaways today, we had 3 giveaways. The first giveaway gift is for the Crochet Magazine. This is Summer 2020. Very nice magazine. I've been through this and looked at some of the beautiful patterns in here. I really like it. I like this sweater. It's a little bit long, and I probably wouldn't make it that long, but I like the way it's laid out. It's kind of cute. Giveaway winner number 2 will receive a clover hook in the size 7mm in the package, never been used. This is a 7mm. They're a little bit hard to come by. I haven't seen one at Joann, and maybe they have them now, but I always order mine from Amazon, and this will go to giveaway winner number 2. Giveaway winner number 3 will receive the pattern of their choice from my Etsy shop. So you could go out and shop for anyone you want, email me, and I will send it to you in a PDF form. So that will be for giveaway winner number 3. So let's turn the camera to the computer and find out who wins the gifts for this week. Okay, so here we are with our camera pointed toward the computer. Here's the URL from Monday, and the keyword is mandala. And everybody wrote that. That was really nice. So let's find out how many comments we had. And there were 512 comments, so lots of participation. Thank you for that. Let's start and find out who is the winner for gift number 1, which is the Crochet Magazine. And that would be Diane Painter. Diane Painter. The mandala yarn is very pretty. Looks like it would have a nice feel. Like that color too. Yes, it does have a nice feel. It's a beautiful textured yarn, and I really like it. The mandala ombre is the one I was showing on Monday. So Diane, you are the winner for gift number 1. Let's pick another winner. This winner will receive the crochet hook, number 7mm from Clover. And that would be Cindy Jo Moore. Cindy, you have won the crochet hook. She says, I love mandala yarn, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but thank you for your comment, Cindy. We appreciate that so much. Let's pick another winner here, and we're going to pick the winner number 3, who will receive the free pattern from my Etsy shop. Anyone you want, I will send it to you. So the winner is Divalve, Divalve, and she writes, I can't get mandala in my country or those lovely crochet magazines. So it sounds like Devalve or Devolve, whatever that pronunciation should be, is in another country. So all right, I will send you a free pattern. All you have to do is email me and I will take care of that for you. And congratulations to all our winners. Well, congratulations to our 3 winners. If you will email me to the address down below, I will get those to you as soon as possible. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We get to stay in this weekend, so there'll be lots of Netflix being watched and crocheting to be done. So I hope you have a pleasant and peaceful weekend with your family. So join me again on Monday to find out what's on the hook.